Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It's Nigel once again, and this is going to be another wrestling review. So, it's time for another Halloween Havoc wrestling review, or at least Halloween Havoc match wrestling review. And last time it was NXT's turn, and now this time we're heading back to WCW. Now, WCW's prior outing here on our classic match reviews, that being Sting versus Jake Roberts, didn't quite go so well. Last time we visited WCW, but a year later, in 1993, in the main event, will WCW be able to redeem themselves? Let's find out. I'm of course talking about Halloween Havoc 1993, as in the main event, and Vader, Big Van Vader, defends the WCW World Championship against Cactus Jack, or better known as Mr. Bang Bang. So, as always, I'm not professional wrestling reviewer or analyst or anything like that. Just a man who enjoys a good time. And I absolutely had a really, really great time with this match. So, definitely a step up from Sting versus Jake Roberts. And again, not really either man's fault. There's more the stipulation, but without further ado, let's get right into it. If you've seen these reviews of mine before, you kind of know how this works. If you haven't, I'm going to be talking about what I liked and disliked about the match. So, starting with what I liked, I mentioned before how the stipulation kind of hampered the match from last time. But this time we have a much better stipulation, and that the wheel has spun. That being a Texas death match. So, in this one, the Texas death match is kind of similar to a last man standing match, but this one added a little bit of an extra twist, and we'll get to it because it's definitely something worth talking about. But this match, and it's to the point where they brought it up on commentary. The commentary team for this match is Tony Schiavone and Jesse the Body Ventura, but they brought it up on commentary, and that's definitely, I think I definitely echo those sentiments here. This match felt like an absolute fight. Both men just beat the crap out of each other. Allegedly, Cactus Jack wanted to get injured. He was in such a bad place mentally in WCW. He hated WCW so much. He wanted to get injured to the point where he would be taken out of WCW. He'd be let go from WCW, which is pretty sad to think about. Like, WCW definitely won't go down super favorably in the wrestling history books, and it's probably for stuff like this. But yeah, so the Cactus Jack had quite fulfilled getting injured enough to leave WCW. Not quite, but definitely he having that big fight feel with this one. These two just beat the crap out of each other, even from like Jump Street, with Vader not even waiting for Cactus Jack to get hit, not even waiting for him to get down the ramp, and coming down to the ramp and just beating him down that way. And they call each other with weaponry such as chairs, tables, little stuff like that. Both men end up getting busted open within the confines of this match. Cactus Jack looks really good as a challenger, even though he ultimately does come up short. Vader, her stance victorious, looks like a total monster. So, yeah, just really awesome. Just really awesome match. There's even a spot where they go through the ramp into a grave, or not quite the ramp, but kind of like a fake grave / tombstone off to the side that says as R.I.P. Vader. For starters, this was long before Vader passed away, so it is worth mentioning. But it also kind of hitting the nail on the head, and it might as well be a sign that's saying, "Hey, insert your spot right here." Draw like a little X on it. So I'm surprised they didn't draw like a little X on that to pretty much telegraph, like, "Hey, there's gonna be a spot here with a headstone like that." And they both go into the grave. And don't worry, commentary points out how on the nose it is with it in the match. Like, when your commentary points it out, that's when you know it's kind of hokey. But otherwise, not even that's able to take away from this match. Just an absolute fight. Hey, just an absolute brawl. And admittedly, brawls can be kind of hit or miss in wrestling, but I think this one really works because it ups the danger factor. And both guys are able to absorb absorb punishment. Vader takes his mask off within like the first few moments of the match. Granted, Vader's mask isn't really covering up much; it's not hiding much, but he takes it off just to add to the overall emotion of this match. And I think that's really where this match shines, is the emotion of this match. You feel the fight. You feel Jack's struggle to try to topple the Goliath in Vader, and you feel and when Vader dominates over Cactus Jack, you do feel sad about it. You do feel for Cactus Jack, but he still fights his ass off, fights his heart out, and still delivers. There's a hell of a performance, and even though Cactus Jack may have intentionally been trying to get himself injured, he still put on a very, very great match here. In terms of what I didn't quite like as much, the structure of the match, like more specifically the match stipulation, and like I said, it's not quite last man standing. There's a couple other things that they add in, and for starters, they add in a pinfall. How it works is you pin your opponent, and 1, 2, 3. You can pin them anywhere. It's false count anywhere. You pin your opponent. Then there's a 30-second rest period. Then the person has to the count of 10 to get back on their feet. Now, it does add to the finish because as after the pinfall, both men are down, and then Harley Race sticks Cactus Jack with a taser to bring him back down. While Vader has the ref distracted, although. A couple things when it comes to that. For starters, it's no disqualification. Harley Race probably wouldn't have faced that much repercussion for doing that. Harley Race is, of course, accompanying Vader, but also, Harley Race, they do have the camera on him, like pointing to him. Obviously, the cameraman at ringside. Harley Race tries to shoot him with the camera, like, no, don't look over here. There's nothing going on here, or at the camera. Although, the taser is loud. It's very, very loud. Harley, you probably weren't hiding anything to begin with, but because you hear like the cackling of the taser, and the commentary has to pretend like they don't know what that but yeah, so Harley, he sticks Cactus Jack, and that allows him to stay down, but like, hey, why? Not why the spot of Cactus is staying down. I don't know, if anything, it makes Cactus look pretty solid and defeat the fact that Vader needed outside help in order to keep Cactus down. But why that structure of the match? Why is it pinfall, then the 10-second respite, then the 30-second respite, then 10 seconds to get back on their feet? Like it's kind of a weird way to set that up. If you want to do pinfall and then the 10-second countdown, even that would have been a little bit, I don't think I would have liked that either, but I would have tolerated it a little bit more than pin, then 30 seconds to rest, then on your feet in 10 seconds. At least shout out to the referee. I believe this is Nick Patrick, the referee for this match. Actually, I believe it was Nick Patrick. But he essentially, he does like he doesn't do like the standard 10 count for like count outs where it's like the very slow 10 count. He does like the fast count, like when they're doing a disqualification in the ropes, like when they have their opponents in the ropes, they do the fast, like 1, 2, 3, that type of stuff. But it does mess with the ebb and flow of the match, because the match kind of feels stop start, because as you gotta pin the guy, then you gotta wait 30 seconds, and then the opponent has to get back up on their feet. Like, I feel like if they eliminated that entirely, like eliminate that aspect, just have the 10-second countdown, unless that's just how the Texas Death Masters were back then. I'm more used to kind of how it is now, where I believe it's just the counts now, and I believe they did something similar to that in the Las Vegas Sudden Death match between Diamond Dallas Page and Randy Savage at Halloween Havoc 97. I believe that match had a similar kind of structure to it, but I forget exactly. But yeah, that really messed with the flow of the match, the same way the light in the background is messing with the light here on the camera. Yes, you were probably wondering, when's he gonna bring it up? When's he gonna bring up the elephant in the room? There you go. But but otherwise, still a really good match. Weird setup aside, literally as soon as I call out the light starts to die down a little bit. But it's still a weird setup to the match. But otherwise, still a really, really good match. I definitely recommend checking it out. out. But how will NXT fare? We do our last Halloween Havoc review coming in a couple days. We will find out. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and turn on post notifications. Every time I upload a video, so you can see it as soon as it drops. And let me know in the comments what your thoughts on the match, my review of the match. Did you like the match? Did you like my review of the match? Let me know. And let me know your thoughts on the match in the comments. But thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace.